Poverty is not primarily a money problem. It is a behavior problem, and behavior can be changed deliberately, systematically, one decision at a time. I want to be precise about that because the version of this conversation most people have heard is vague: work harder, think positive, believe in yourself. None of that is a roadmap. None of that tells you what to do at 7 in the morning when the alarm goes off and the bank account looks the same as it did last month. What I want to give you today is mechanical, a series of daily behaviors that, when applied consistently, make staying poor mathematically difficult, not because of luck, not because of an extraordinary opportunity, but because of what compound behavior does over time to the person practicing it. My name is Anderson. These are the steps. Follow them in order, because each one builds the foundation the next one requires. Step 1. Change the internal story first. Every financial strategy in the world fails if the narrative running in your mind contradicts it. Most people carry a story about money they have never consciously examined. That wealth is for other people, that they are fundamentally behind, that the system is rigged against them specifically. These beliefs are not just unproductive, they are operational. They determine which opportunities you notice, which risks you attempt, and which actions you take when nobody is watching. The first daily practice is simple and takes 4 minutes. Every morning, before you look at your phone, describe in specific sensory detail one moment from the financial life you are building. Not vague prosperity, a specific moment. The texture of the door handle to the home you will own, the particular quiet of waking up without an alarm because your income does not require it, the conversation you will have when you hand in a resignation because you no longer need the income. This is not visualization as escapism. It is calibration, aligning your decision-making with a future that feels real enough to act toward. Research on mental rehearsal in high-performance contexts consistently shows that the brain does not cleanly distinguish between a vividly imagined event and a real one. The rehearsal primes the response, and the response, executed daily, becomes the behavior that builds the outcome. The second piece of step 1 is eliminating envy entirely, not reducing it, eliminating it. Envy operates as a cognitive tax. Every moment you spend believing that someone else's success diminishes your chances is a moment your brain is looking for evidence of impossibility rather than evidence of opportunity. Replace it with a single reframe. Someone else building wealth from nothing is proof the environment has not closed, the window is still open. Use that information. Step 2. Focus on one target for 90 days. Scattered attention produces scattered results. This is not motivational language. It is a description of how cognitive resources work. When you pursue 3 financial goals simultaneously, you divide your decision-making capacity, your emotional energy, and your available time into thirds. Each goal receives partial effort. None receives the sustained focus that produces meaningful results within a visible time frame. And without visible results, most people conclude the approach is not working and abandon it, usually right before momentum would have arrived. Step 2 is the commitment to one target for 90 days. It might be eliminating a specific debt, reaching a specific savings number, developing one marketable skill, generating the first dollar from a side income. The target must be specific enough to know unambiguously whether you are making progress. The practical rule for this step: every thought must pay rent. If a thought, a conversation, a piece of content, or a decision does not contribute directly to that 90-day target, it gets minimal real estate in your day. This means removing, not reducing inputs that produce no usable output, the scrolling that goes nowhere, the conversations that drain more than they give, the content that entertains without teaching anything applicable. This sounds severe until you experience what happens when your mental environment contains only tools. Tasks that felt impossibly heavy become straightforward. The target gets closer faster than the calendar suggested it would. And the confidence built by that progress accelerates everything that follows. Step 3. Build skill through daily experimentation. Passion is not discovered. It is manufactured through repeated action in a specific direction. Waiting to find something you love before committing to developing it is the behavior that keeps people stuck in work they dislike indefinitely. Step 3 asks for 30 to 60 minutes daily of deliberate skill experimentation, not expertise development. Experimentation. You try something for 3 days. If it produces zero interest, you document what you learned and try something adjacent. If it produces mild interest, you continue. If you find something where time disappears, where you look up and an hour has passed without noticing you have found something worth developing seriously, the mechanism behind this is straightforward. Skill generates competence. Competence generates confidence. Confidence generates output. Output generates income. None of this happens without the first step of sustained experimentation, which most people skip because they are waiting for certainty before they begin. Certainty is a product of action, not a prerequisite for it. 30 minutes per day applied consistently to a single skill for 12 months produces a level of competence that most people never develop because most people are not willing to show up for it when it feels pointless in the early weeks. If this is landing for you, take 2 seconds and hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel. Step 4. Control your inputs and your environment. Your environment is not the backdrop to your decisions. It is one of the primary inputs into them. And most people have constructed an environment that makes financial progress structurally difficult, not through malice, but through default. The research on willpower is consistent. It is finite, it depletes throughout the day, and it is weakest precisely when the most consequential decisions present themselves. Building financial discipline on willpower alone is building a structure on sand. The alternative is environmental design, arranging your surroundings so that the right behaviors are easier than the wrong ones, and the wrong behaviors require active effort. This begins with an information diet. 30 minutes of reading daily books on money, psychology, communication, or a skill you are developing provides what most formal education never did. Practical models for how wealth actually accumulates, what mistakes to avoid, and how people who built something from nothing actually thought. The key discipline is applying one thing from each session the same day. Reading without application is entertainment. It continues with the social environment. The people you spend the most time with normalize specific behaviors. If your closest relationships normalize financial imprecision, impulsive spending, and learned helplessness about money, those behaviors will feel natural to you because they will be surrounded by social reinforcement. You do not need to dramatically exit relationships. You need to deliberately increase proximity to people online or in person who talk about money differently, who treat financial decisions as craft rather than chaos. Step 5. Automate the behaviors that must not depend on daily willpower. The most reliable financial behaviors are the ones that no longer require a decision each time they execute. Automated savings transfers that move money to a separate account the morning your paycheck arrives. Automated investment contributions that deploy capital before lifestyle spending can claim it. Automated bill payments that protect your credit score from the unreliability of memory and motivation. Every behavior you automate is a behavior removed from the category of things that your emotional state can override. Your emotional state will fluctuate. Automation does not fluctuate. It executes while you are having a difficult week. It executes when the impulse to spend is high. It executes when nothing feels like it is working. And it executes month after month, building a position that your feelings never had the opportunity to dismantle. The additional daily discipline of step 5 is treating every dollar not spent as capital deployed, not save deployed. An unspent dollar is not a sacrifice. It is an allocation to a position that will compound. When you internalize this reframe, financial discipline stops feeling like deprivation and starts feeling like a rational resource allocation decision, which is what it actually is. Step 6. Build multiple income streams one at a time. A single income source is a single point of failure. It is also a ceiling because no employer will pay you the full economic value you produce, and no salary will grow at the rate a skill you own and control can grow. Step 6 is the commitment to building a second income stream, not immediately alongside a third and fourth, but one first built to stability before the next one begins. The second stream might be freelancing a skill you already have. It might be selling something you can produce or source. It might be a digital product built once and sold repeatedly. The specific vehicle matters less than the principle. Income that does not depend entirely on your continued employment at a single organization. The compounding effect here is psychological as much as financial. When the first dollar arrives from a source other than your primary employer, something shifts. The belief that your income is a fixed, externally determined number, subject entirely to someone else's decisions about your value, begins to crack. And once that belief cracks, the next income stream becomes easier to imagine and easier to build. Now, this is what I want you to do today. Within the next 60 minutes, take one financial action. Calculate your actual net worth. Cancel one subscription you would not miss. Transfer $5 to a savings account you do not regularly touch. Complete one lesson in a skill you have been meaning to develop. The size of the action is irrelevant. The presence of the action within 60 minutes of finishing this is the variable that determines whether what you just absorbed produces any change in your life at all. This week, identify your single 90-day financial target. Write it down. Remove 3 inputs from your daily environment apps, subscriptions, conversations that consume time without contributing to that target. This month, set up one automated financial behavior that currently depends on your monthly willpower to execute. A savings transfer, an investment contribution, a debt payment. Remove the decision. Let the system execute. Before I end this, let me say this to you. Poverty does not persist because people lack intelligence, ambition, or opportunity. It persists because of daily behaviors running on autopilot, behaviors that were never deliberately chosen and have never been deliberately changed. Every step in this roadmap targets a specific behavior. The internal story that determines which opportunities you notice, the focus that determines whether effort compounds or scatters, the skill that determines what your time is worth in the market, the environment that determines how much willpower you have available for the decisions that actually matter, the automation that protects the behaviors you have chosen from the emotional states that would otherwise undermine them, the second income stream that breaks the ceiling. None of these steps require exceptional talent. All of them require daily execution. And daily execution, compounded across months and years, produces outcomes that look from the outside like something remarkable happened. Nothing remarkable happened. Someone simply chose each day to do the thing that moves the position forward, and kept choosing it. That choice is yours to make. If you are getting genuine value from this, consider subscribing. I make videos like this every week, and I treat everyone like it might be the one that actually changes what someone does tomorrow morning. I'm Anderson. I'll see you in the next one.